Hi, I'm Ross and I renovate homes for living. I also make cabinets, which you may have figured out by now. In this video I wanted to show you something in a bit more detail, and that is something that I've spoken in previous videos a few times actually, but that is how to mark the position of the hinges and hang cabinet doors. So what we have here is our standard shaker style door with butt hinges. So I thought I would share with you my process of hanging it. Alright, let's get down to business then. So the first thing we need to do is we need to put those 3mm spacers, and then we rest our door on them. That allows us to mark the position of our hinge on the face frame. Once we do that, we can use a spare hinge to mark the position of our pilot hose, which is exactly what I'm doing here. So note here, I'm only marking the position of the top pilot hole, and that is for a reason which I will explain in a second. And then we go ahead and we actually draw the pilot holes, top and bottom, and then after that we can hang the door on just 2 screws, one on the top, one on the bottom. We will be putting the second screw on each hinge later on, but for the moment we're just using 2. So the bottom one, I don't want to do it right now because that allows me to see if the door needs any adjustment, which in this case it did. It was pushing in with about 0.5 millimeter. It's not too much, but it was driving me mad. So you can use those screws to slightly move your hinges and align your door properly to the face frame. So how you do that is quite simple. You just have to off center them to the direction that you want them. You want the hinge. In this case, I wanted the hinge pushed out by about 0.5 millimeter, so I would off center it by about 0.5 millimeter, and that would push the hinge. However, on the top one you can't do that. The top one's already been fixed. So the way we overcome this is, I call it the toothpick method, which it's ironic because I'm not actually using toothpicks, but you can and probably should. So what you need to do is you need to take the screw out, plug the hole, and then move the screw in the direction that you want the hinge. So in this case I was pulling it forward by 0.5 millimeter. But because I don't, again, you can use toothpicks, probably the easiest thing. I don't have toothpicks in my workshop, so I was just cutting some piece of wood and then sticking it there as a plug, just tapping it with a hammer, cut the top of it, and then you can put your screw back on, and that way you make sure that your door is perfectly aligned to the face frame, as you can see here. So I was happy with that one, and that's it. I hope you find this video helpful.